Hello, it's Wednesday. That's a lie. It's actually, 2 a.m. on Monday night? Because I'm not going to be able to do this on Wednesday, and I won't get anything done tomorrow because I'll be out. So I'm doing it now. This is a kill team. I'm done with almost all of the kill team commission I've been working on. I only had the special weapons people to paint, so here we go. Here's one with a flamer. And we've got one with the melt gun. Oopsie. And the Vickers machine gun. I think that's what it is. Faces have gone a bit weird, but that's how the sculpt was. Everything looks worse close up. Grenade launcher. And plasma gun. So with those done, and the drummer finished, just did a few little touch-ups, painted the purity seal, did a little bit more on the drum itself, painted the shoulder epaulets things, not sure what they actually are, very different to the rest of the unit in uniform, that model, for some reason. The actual Victoria's Miniatures bit is done, and all I have left to paint is the commander, who's in parts. Here's part of the commander now. This model was from RTLW, and various bits of her are in various different places. Yeah, here's an arm on a cocktail stick. She's in sub-assemblies waiting to be finished off. Here's the jacket, which I'm repainting this because I made a silly mistake at one point. So I'm repainting the jacket and doing that. And so I've only got one miniature left to paint for this kill team, and then it's done. Notwithstanding any small touch-ups later. So that's what I've been doing. Kind of managed to get them done before the end of January, kinda. I actually finished them on the February 1st, so you know, doesn't count. What else have I been painting? Magores Fiends. Here is a Flesh Hound. So, as you can see, the base on the Flesh Hound isn't done yet. But the Flesh Hound itself, this is what I'm going with. I'll need to repaint the claws once I finish the base, because it'll be easier that way. The base and the Flesh Hound will be in the same video. They'll be in part 2. And part 1 is these guys, who you can see I have painted the base on. It took me a while to figure out what colour to paint the base on these guys, because I didn't want something that would steal focus away too much from the rest of the model. And I tried a couple of different schemes. I tried a very dark green stone with glowing magic coming out of the skull areas, and it stole focus completely and was too contrasty in itself. I had this very bright area next to this very dark area. Actually kind of... It was too busy and such for the model to look good. Still need to fix that big blob of brown paint on the top of that skull. And I tried a couple of other things, but I ended up going with a kind of reddish stone floor and painting the skulls. They're mostly just kind of dry brushed, dead simple paint job, and then putting some blood over them, because, you know, corn, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, etc, etc. So a lot of people, when they do this, I've noticed, if you do the lava thing that there's on the Games Workshop ones, in my opinion, it ends up looking like baked beans for the skulls, which isn't a good look, especially on, like, this guy. It can end up looking like baked beans, which is a very, very bad look. So I'm just like, do you want some beans? And if you don't paint the skulls, then when you put the red over them, it just looks like kind of tomatoes in tomato sauce. So I went with paint the skulls, stick some blood over them, and you end up with this. And I think that actually looks pretty good. It doesn't steal focus from this angle, from these guys. It looks gruesome from this angle. The blood's all shiny. Could put another layer in there. And the actual colour of the base complements the rest of the model without stealing focus away from the areas where I want to have focus. These bases were an absolute nightmare to get a good concept for, but I managed it in the end, and I'm pretty much happy with what I've achieved. So I'll be recording doing these bases on this bigger model over here. I'm going to focus. There we go. At a later date. But yeah, pretty much done. The first video from Magores Fiends will probably be next week on Patreon, which will be part 1, which is painting this guy. The entirety of painting this guy, except for the base, will be available to patrons next weekish. So keep an eye out for that. And then either the following week or a bit later, hopefully just the following week, because I think this video will be relatively quick to do, will be the Flesh Hound and its base. And while that's all going on, I will be painting the Eyes of the Nine, as they won last month's vote by 1 vote, but it's actually gone to the Eyes of the Nine. So I'll be painting those, and I'll probably be starting with the Blue Horror and the Brimstone Horrors, because they're going to be fun to paint, and I think they'll also be relatively quick and easy to paint. And I'll be using the skin recipe for the Blue Horror on the unit leader, no, the Zangor. I'll be duplicating the skin recipe on the for the Blue Horror on the Zangor. So he won't be getting a specific video, and then the Sorcerer and the Carrick Acolytes will be in part 2. So that's what's coming up. Nothing new to report on Golden Demon entries. This guy's still in this exact same state. I painted the rope on his shoulder pad a bit, needs a bit of tidying up. There's a little bit of a smudge there, but there's going to be a decal over that, so I'm not that worried about it. And I've built and primed Molog of Molog's mob. Everything comes off still. The toadstools do come off. Yes, they still come off. For easy access to there. I might not do a video on this guy, because I have an idea that I want to do, which is probably going to... It may fail massively. It's kind of a conceptual idea. So there probably won't be a video on Molog's mobs, ever. But you'll see him in the work in progress, getting updated as and when I do tackle him. But that probably won't be for a while, because I've got Golden Demon entries to paint, and the new vote for patrons will be going up, hopefully by the time this video goes live. And that will be voting for which Space Marine / Stormhost that I will be painting, and you'll each be able to vote for 3 things if you're a patron, and whatever the top 3 things are, they will be getting painted all together, queued up, so that I've got video content for the time when I'm going to be painting Golden Demon entries, so that you're not left high and dry as I get distracted with all this competition level painting that I'm supposed to be doing. And that's pretty much it. Nothing much else to report. Yeah, hope you had a good week. Hope you did a lot of painting. And yeah, you can subscribe there. Check out my Patreon down there. YouTube thinks you'll like this, and because I've done this one on my phone, there is no social medias over there, where there would normally be social medias. but they're also in the link in the description. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.